Hey guys, sorry I had to stop the weird, scary intro just now. Alright, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Of course, before I advance, I hope you guys enjoyed the fancy, smanchy intro. Okay, so as you can see, the 390 is running pretty damn hot. Alright, you're probably thinking, alright, why don't you replace the thermal paste? But I did replace it. Before I made this video, I replaced it. But unfortunately, despite the fact that I replaced the thermal paste, it still had the heat-related issues. 90°C all the way up, temperature-wise. And I'm thinking maybe I might just need to buy a fancier thermal paste, like maybe some Arctic Silver thermal paste. But I don't know. For this test, it was out of curiosity, and I was quite bored, so I decided to make a video. Yeah, I mean, regardless of the hot temperatures, I just went ahead and tested the 390 anyway. And it's an old card, no one's really using it, and I wasn't really afraid of letting it dying, due to the hot temperatures. All right, so I put the card into the computer and then ran some tests. I ran some games on it. I ran Modern Warfare, Red Dead 2, and Need for Speed Payback, and lastly Halo, the Master Chief Collection. And what I found was that it actually ran these modern titles pretty damn well, and it made me realize like I didn't exactly need to upgrade my graphic card, from a 390 to a 1070 Ti. Of course, I had to, actually, because the 390 was overheating, and I have no idea why. I boosted the fan speed on this thing. I replaced the thermal paste like at least 5 times, and it wasn't really working. Then again, I did not try buying a fancier thermal paste like Arctic Silver and replacing it with that. Maybe that could work. But for this test, I just said, fuck it. I'm just gonna make the video with the items that I currently have at hand. Okay, so first up is Modern Warfare, and as you can see right in front of you, the stats are right there. Just ignore the temperature, of course, because it's a pain in the ass, Yeah, frame rate wise, the game is running beautifully. And if you're wondering what the graphics are at normal settings. The AA is turned off because the anti-aliasing in Modern Warfare is very blurry, and it's quite annoying, to be honest with you. I don't know why they made it that way. And lastly, the textures on this thing is on high because the 390 actually has 8 gigabytes of VRAM, which is beautiful. My brother has a 1060 which has 3 gigabytes of VRAM, and he's not really having the best of times. Which is it's limiting him. And of course, the game's running at 1080p. Frame rate is amazing, and of course, the performance is a little lower than it should be because the card is throttling the core clock because of the hot temperatures. Of course, I'm gonna leave the gameplay running here. Feel free to skip ahead to the next gameplay footage.
taking Bravo. We've lost Bravo.
Hostile.
Friendly VTOL on station. Enemy UAV overhead. Got a personal radar drone ready for action.
ELP drone away.
Okay, so what we have here is Red Dead 2. I consider Red Dead 2 to be one of the most demanding games to have been released for this generation. You know, it's just graphically, it is stunning. You know, fortunately, the game is running on the Vulkan API, which should help the 390 run this thing at like the best possible way. You know, and as you can see, it performs pretty damn well. You know, it's like frame rate is very playable, especially if you're using a controller. Um, as a reminder, this card was released in June 2015. 2015, guys. That's an amazing like fact. You know that a 2015 card could run this game pretty damn smoothly at 1080p. Of course, settings are at medium settings, but hey, it still looks good at medium settings. 1080p, of course. And later down this gameplay footage here, you will notice that the footage is stuttering just a little bit, and I'm guessing that's due to the fact that the 390 is dying from the extreme heat of 94 degrees Celsius. Of course, I'm gonna leave the footage running here. Feel free to analyze it, and of course, feel free to skip ahead to the next footage.
Oh, hey, you there! Think you could help a lady out? My horse up and died on me, twisted my ankle something fierce. Think you could give me a ride?
Yeah, sure. Hop on.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. You know Emerald Ranch? Mind taking me there?
Sure.
Glad I ran into you. Huh. I raised that horse, you know. Raised it since it was just a foal.
Losing a horse is hard. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that horse did right by me. Better than my husband, truth be told. That fool. Always complaining, but does he do something about it? Man barely lifts his hand to wave the flies away. Aside from to lift a drink, of course. Marriage, for me, has been nothing but trouble. But Biscuit, he was a fine animal. Loyal.
Alright, so what we have here is Need for Speed Payback. The settings are basically maxed out. It's running at ultra settings, 1080p, and it's very playable with a controller. And of course, if you notice the car I'm driving, I'm very proud of this work, honestly. And please don't be offended. It's a joke. You know, I call it the WAP machine. WAP machine, you know. It came to me during one sleepless night. I just decided to make this vehicle, and again, I'm very quite proud of it, you know. Yeah, you know, just enjoy my masterpiece here, you know. Of course, the frame rate is right there. Very playable, and of course, the temperatures are hot as well, and the card is throttling, which means that if the card was running at optimal temperatures, this game would be running probably close to 60 FPS at all times. Yeah. Of course, feel free to skip ahead to the next gameplay footage. I'm going to leave this footage running so that some of y'all can analyze the performance. Okay, lastly we have the Master Chief Collection. Of course, the stats are right there. The card still runs hot, you know. But despite that, it's able to still push the game at a very high frame rate. Um, yeah, there's really not much to say about this particular part except that the game is maxed out, runs at 1080p, frame rates are amazing, the card's hot, yada yada yada. And of course, this concludes the video, I suppose. But I'll leave this particular footage running, and yeah.
Come on, you dumb apes. You want breakfast? You gotta catch it. You want breakfast? You gotta catch it.
Okay, so I lied about the fact that the video was concluding. This is the last part of the video. This is the outro. And yeah, I really don't know what to say for the outro of this video, except that I had some fun making this video, especially the intro. I don't know, I was just like, I was wide awake last night, and I was just like, you know what, let me make a scary intro to a video, and this is what you got from it, or what I got from it. I guess it's what you got from it because you're watching it. Whew, I just came back from the gym. I'm just like so tired right now. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, this concludes my video. I'm gonna awkwardly stare into the screen and nod my head. Leave me a like. That would be great if you left me a like. Alright, I'm gonna press the end button now because this is getting fucking awkward.